Welcome back, guys. Another episode of the PG Talk. Today, before we get started, if you could please like, subscribe, and turn on bell notifications if you like what we're doing here. You want to see some more episodes, Yeah, so with that being done, let's get into the episode. Today, it's one that I feel like, you always kind of talked about with people, depending on what it is or like what kind of conversations you guys are having. But today, we're talking about life after death.
And
bro, come on. We literally rehearsed this, man. What are you doing?
my glasses fell off.
You lost it. I kept my composure and you fucking lost
shit.
it. The one that was supposed to keep it together.
Fuck it. We'll just keep that in. We're supposed to turn our hats as soon as you said death.
And we did, but your glasses just fell off.
My glasses just fell off, and I was supposed to just leave them on there and talk, but I couldn't hold it in.
So did you try to purposely take the glasses off?
I purposely.
Or it just happened.
I purposely had it a little above my head, so when I turned it.
Oh, dude, you can do that on demand?
Yeah, bro.
Nice, bro.
But yeah, like Pablo said. Oh shit. All
right, bet.
Like Pablo said, life after death. I mean, do we become a shooting star? Is it reincarnation? Do we come back as somebody else or something else? Do we become a ghost? Some people believe in ghosts.
Yeah, do we just transfer our energy and become a plant?
Or do we just or is it just gone?
Or you die and you wake up and now you're like in the real world.
Like the Matrix.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Exactly.
I don't know. It's a very, very interesting topic because at the end of the day, nobody knows.
Right.
So it's like it's an open-ended conversation because it's just what we think and what some people believe. Because some people believe in reincarnation, some people believe there's the purgatory or whatever.
Yeah,
and some people
right before you go either to heaven or hell. Yeah.
And then people believe that like if you had like bad omen in your spirit or like regrets in your life, you stay in this world and you like haunt people. So like basically you become a ghost.
Oh.
Other people believe you become a fucking shooting star.
Yeah.
But with that, what do you think happens after death?
I have like a lot of theories and I low-key believe all of them. So it's kind of hard to be like, oh, I believe for sure we become another person, I think honestly, all of them are true, and it just depends which one you go through. Because, dude, like, have you heard about like kids and stuff that
I know
get
what
born?
is.
Bro, come on. And like you talk to them or whatever, and then they make like a documentary, and then they have memories of the 1800s.
Wait, what? How does the kid have the memory?
Exactly.
No, but like how?
That's the whole point of
do they like draw it out?
They can explain it in detail.
I have seen that.
And there's historians that can confirm, like through their research, that it's what they're explaining is true. And it would be like a 7-year-old telling them, "Oh yeah, I used to be Paul Revere," or something like that. And just
that's so weird. And that also comes like with a thing that some people really look alike. Like maybe somebody back like in the day that had passed away.
Yeah.
Somebody looks like them now. Like, is that them? They just don't recall their past life.
Well, I think with that, it's more of like there's just so many humans that there's bound to be people that look like you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true. And like you said, there's so many humans. Overpopulation is definitely a thing.
Yes.
So like, what if there's overpopulation of ghosts? What if right now we're talking in the podcast and we have a whole audience of ghosts around,
and the ghost community is just sitting there like, dude, we got to get rid of these ghosts. Like, we have too much ghosts here.
Yeah, they're like, holy fuck. Like,
do you think they're going to the same political issues we are?
Man, you think the ghosts struggle getting like tripods for the podcast?
Yeah. Do you think there's a ghost college that they're going through doing like ghost accounting and stuff?
Ghost YouTube.
Yeah. Ghost tube.
Yeah, but one thing I was thinking about also, if you guys haven't seen the show Stranger Things, another theory or something that I read about was like, so what they call it in Stranger Things is called the upside down.
Yep.
And basically it's basically like the opposite of what our world is. Like, let's say you dug down 100 feet and you pop out into another dimension, but it's all black with a bunch of particles and it's exactly like this world, but everything's basically dead and like gone.
Yeah, just deteriorated.
And in the show, they have access to it because of 11, but I don't remember how 11 got her powers. But there's also monsters in that show, so like, what's stopping us from believing that there's actually a portal like that somewhere?
Yeah,
under the ground.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy because one that I like to believe happens is you just wake up in another life. You know what I mean? You just wake up and you just like the movie Avatar.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about, where the blue creatures and stuff. It's like that, where they're like we're in a pod and we're living this life trying to like for some goal, trying to do something specific. And then if you once you die, let's say early or whatever, and once you get out, you kind of do like what's it called, like a report, and you remember everything you did and be like, like better luck next time. And then you get some time off, and then you go back into the pod. You know what I mean?
It's so weird because I mean, if that were a thing, like if let's say you would pass away and you wake up and you're in another life, I don't know, it's so confusing.
Yeah. It almost kind of hurts your head thinking about it, huh?
It's hurting my head trying to even talk right now.
You're like, how do I formulate these sentences to make sense?
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. Do you, with that too, like with the upside down and everything, I don't know. Do you think ghosts are real?
Yeah. I don't want to turn this to a ghost podcast because I get a little creeped out. And we can do a whole nother podcast on ghosts.
Be a little scared?
Low key. If you guys want to see a podcast on ghosts, let us know. I will suck it up and talk about ghosts. I will not watch a movie though and talk
Pablo's
about it.
Never seen a scary movie.
I have. The last one I watched was like Paranormal Activity back when that was hot, and I couldn't do it. So, but yeah, if you guys want to see that, please let us know in the comments, and we'll do one. That would be nice.
Yeah, like not a scary movie review, but like just talking about our experiences with ghosts and all that stuff.
Yeah, because you have some. Yeah, you know what? That would be good. You know what? We'll do it anyway. But please comment. But we'll do it regardless.
Whether you like it or not, screw your opinion. We're gonna do it.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, it just because there's definitely ghosts, right? So it's like, what are ghosts? I like to believe that it's just a person who maybe lived a bad life or something of that kind, of that nature, died, and for whatever reason didn't get accepted into heaven, hell, or whatever you believe in, and they just stuck around, and now they're just making life miserable for everybody else.
That's crazy to think about. Like, just imagining like something here with us, like just watching us and us not even knowing, like maybe even like fucking we got ghost balls in our face or something.
Just like teabagging us.
Just teabagging us.
Maybe go stand there on those.
But yeah, I don't know. I was reading the article that I was reading earlier was mentioning something about basically that death isn't something that we like
should be afraid of.
No, not necessarily, but like it's
not what we make it.
Yeah, so like basically death isn't it kind of doesn't make sense now that I'm thinking about it, because it said death doesn't really hurt like we think it does. Like maybe like it's like, who knows, like maybe that last 10 seconds that you're dying, like it's a relief.
Well, you know why? It's a self-defense mechanism. It's like a survival mechanism that your body does. Do you know why? I talked about it on another podcast with Alex when he was here.
I don't remember.
It's because I fucked up my thing. Sorry, I'll try not to cuss so much.
You what? Oh.
Yeah, if you guys see, I got the swag on today with I did this a lot in high school. Not high school, but in middle school, when you roll up your pants like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm bringing it back. But I just was playing around and I messed up the roll here. So it's about to come undone soon.
But you were saying the thing you guys talked about on Alex's podcast?
Oh, yeah. So right before you die, like a couple seconds before or however long it is, your brain releases DMT. You essentially trip right before you die.
Oh, I remember talking about that.
Yeah, you literally just have a trip and it's so euphoric, this and that. So like, have you like about people who die and end up coming back?
Yeah.
Their experiences that they talk about is what people on DMT experience. So essentially, they died, had a DMT trip that their body took them through. So like to relieve the stress of dying and stuff, and then somehow, some way, they got like resurrected.
That's well, I mean, like, I'm assuming like they probably got resurrected through like maybe some medical.
Yeah,
reason.
it's a medical like the shock to
Shock to
electrolyze
the
your heart again
before it's too late. Yeah,
but yeah, that's what it is. It's just a DMT trip,
that's interesting. Cause have you? Oh, what was I gonna say? Dude, my train of thought is going everywhere today. Before we even started recording, I was like,
I know.
I'm just acting dumb today.
I asked him to. We're looking over some stuff for the podcast, and I asked him to highlight something, and he just hit the space bar.
I was like, yes.
He just hit space bar and just looked at the screen, and I'm like, what's going on? But yeah,
what if so there's a bunch of things that we're gonna kind of be throwing at you guys, and whichever one you guys think, or if you have your own opinion, obviously leave it down in the comments. But I feel like we're gonna like bombard you with a bunch of like things that we think would happen and like some explanation of it. Mm-hmm. But what if we're just like in a video game, or not necessarily like a video game, but like
you're talking about being in a Sims type of world?
Yeah. Well, what's that specific thing called?
Not RPG, right?
No, it's like we broke well, regardless, basically, like, let's say like when you die, mm-hmm. like, I mean, obviously nobody knows, right? Like, let's say you die and your consciousness automatically, like, you're in a different like space-time continuum.
Oh, into a different dimension?
Yeah. Like
alternate realities?
Yeah. So like you're born in an alternate reality, but you have no recollection of like your past life, obviously, in another universe.
Right. So like in the alternate reality, normal people have like 6 eyes. Yeah. And that's just how you grow up. It's normal people have 6 eyes.
Or normal people are just floating heads.
Yeah, just how it be.
Like, I mean, that would be pretty cool.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. But what if we end up making something? Do you think there's ever going to be some sort of device that allows us to see somebody's life past death?
Oh, dude, that kind of got deep. Kind of short circuited there for a little bit.
I feel like this hat is cutting the circulation off of my head. I'm taking it off.
For real. I'm trying to keep all these thoughts here because right now they're kind of going everywhere. Honestly,
so like basically, like, obviously we record this and stuff. We record our lives. What if there's a way to
record the afterlife?
Yeah, like you've seen people put cameras on fish, set them off, and like we go see like where they go. Like, what if there was
I don't think so.
What if there was a way to set some sort of like chip or some sort of device or maybe an aroma in the future that's technology in a way that allows us to see what's being seen after death?
Okay, so my issue is I'm thinking about it with the technology that I think is available and could be available, but obviously in the future we don't know what they're going to come out with. Mm-hmm. Like back then they didn't think we could have the possibility to like for a photo, and bam, we got a whole bunch of it. Now we can even record. So honestly, I wouldn't doubt it if in the future that would be a thing, but I feel like that's a couple thousand years.
Probably even like, well, who knows? In a couple thousand years, we might not even be here.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be on Mars or something, whatever Elon decides to do.
Something like that, because apparently, I think I saw that there's evidence of past life in Mars, something like that.
Yeah.
So like Mars was just another Earth, like probably billion years ago.
Yeah.
Now that's crazy to think about too.
I don't know, man. There's just so many options that can happen, and all these theories that goes into what happens after you die. Because like another one is you just get like your life form gets transpired into something else, to another life form, whether it be a tree or some kind of animal, or you just or you like the flowing water or something.
So like with that, are you?
I mean,
Are
you
you
wouldn't
co-
have consciousness. I don't think.
But like, what would the life? I guess a tree technically is alive, but
Yeah,
like,
it is.
so like your life form. Let's say you die, your life form, does it go to an already existing tree, or is it like the?
I think it would get created into a seed, because if it's already existing, that means that's already another life form.
Yeah.
So when one sprouts, that would like absorb yours. You know
So
what I
so
mean?
like it goes into the existing tree, but the existing tree is already a life form, and let's say that life form already is holding other life forms that turns them into seeds. That's what you're trying to say.
Oh, I mean, no, that's not what I was saying at all. But I like where you're going. I was saying that because when a tree, like when seeds fall on, like out from a tree or whatever, like let's say pine trees, right? They have the acorns that fall. No, whoa, hold on, don't come at me. I know I said acorns, but I did not mean acorns. I meant
This is making total sense to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
no, a pine tree has a pine nut or like whatever it's
A
called.
pine corn?
Yeah, pine corn.
Was it really called that?
It's called a pine corn. Yeah, bro.
Oh, we're fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's called the pine corn. Watch it not be called a pine.
We're over here.
You know
like,
what? Look it up. You
okay,
got your phone on you.
Go ahead, keep talking.
But yeah, because what I was thinking is when it fell and then it started like nourishing from the rest of the ground, that it would flourish, and once it starts flourishing, then that's when it would absorb your life form.
Yeah, you're right. It's pine cone.
No, you're right. It was pine cone.
Oh shit, I'm right. It was pine cone.
Yeah.
Pine cone. Oh my goodness.
Dang, dude. But yeah, I mean, that's just one way of looking at it. You know?
Or maybe it's the same thing, but the life form goes into an animal or a living being.
Yeah, like I swear sometimes Otis, if you guys know Otis, he's been on my, if you're new and you haven't seen Otis, the first couple episodes, go back to him and you'll see him just chilling right here.
The little doggy.
Yeah. But sometimes I look at him and he just,
it's like, dude, you understand me. Like, just tell me.
Yeah, well, it's like this morning, I'm trying to train him to go out without a leash, just a treat, right, for now, and kind of train him on just going out like without a leash, you know, going potty and come back inside. And he does really well. But today there was a golf cart and from like the maintenance guys, and he chased it out, you know, like as the guy was already leaving, but Otis fucking he chased him out, and then he went pretty far, and like I like sped walk after him because I knew he wouldn't go far. And then once the guy left after a certain distance, he turned around and ran back. And right before he hit a corner, he stopped, looked at me. We made eye contact, and I already knew he was gonna go back in the house. You know, I knew he wasn't gonna run away. I knew he was gonna go run to the front door and sit there. So I walked calmly back, and guess what? He was right there, just waiting for me to open the door to get inside. But that contact from the eyes, you know, like he can look at me and I know what he wants, you know? And sometimes I'll look at him and it's like we're communicating back and forth.
But at the same time, I think that's just because you're his owner. Like, you know him. You've had him for years now. Or 2 years.
Yeah, but I mean, it's yeah, I think 2.
But like the whole concept of how obedient dogs are and how conscious they are, they're way more conscious than what we think they are. At least some dogs. Some dogs are completely stupid.
Yeah.
But what if like every single dog has like some sort of life form from a person?
Or what
who's
if
died?
not every single dog does, and some are NPCs, yeah, and others do have a little bit extra spunk, you know?
What if there's a bunch of what ifs in this episode?
Yes.
What if that voice in your head? Some people don't hear that. What if the people who don't hear that pass away and they just pass away, but the people who do, they end up, their life form ends up going like somewhere else, like transferring. Or the people who don't have the voice in their head, their life form becomes like a tree, something that doesn't have a consciousness. And the people who do have the voice in their head, their life form goes into like a living animal, a dog.
Okay, but in that case, is there a possibility of creating new life, or do you think like new life?
I'm like,
I know.
I'm like, bro, you don't know what sex is?
You gotta zoom in to when I say that, because when I say that, the face you made was like, bro, what are you saying right now? But it's like, okay, so if life form gets transferred, right, then how can there be more? How can you make more of it?
What do you mean?
like if there's, let's say there's like it's like Bitcoin. There's X amount of Bitcoin and you can't make more. Is that the same thing with life form?
Well, no, because reproducing, and well, at least for humans, there's a physical act that has to go with it.
Well, right, but what I'm saying is, there's more humans than there was back then. So where did that life form come from?
Oh, I get what you're trying to say.
You know what I mean?
What if like
because I have a theory. Go ahead.
So from like maybe going back to the voice in your head, what if there's a shit ton of humans now, obviously way more than there was before. What if the people who don't have a voice in their head were once past like animals that died, and those life forms from the animals went into the humans?
See, because I was on the same path. Because I'm like, well, how many trees haven't been chopped down? How many of this hasn't been like eradicated or whatever? And those life forms just find a place somewhere else. And
basically, the more trees we chop down, the more dumb people we get in there.
So you mean never mind.
No, say it.
I was gonna say, so the opposite way, you just start offing all these dumb people and you get more trees, and we save.
There you go. Pablo just solved world hunger.
Yeah, I solved the world hunger. I got world peace now.
Global warming.
But I should run for president.
Your campaign title is like, just kill all the dumb people.
Yeah. That would be nice though.
That's a pretty good theory. I wonder if that's actually a theory. We should like put this down in Google.
See what comes up. I would be down because I just now thought of that. Like that idea formulated throughout this podcast. So
because I don't know. Because it's a pretty good theory to where like the people, because well, I mean, I've never met anybody that doesn't have a voice in their head or an internal monologue, but apparently there is some people like that. So, I mean, I don't know, to be honest, because it's a good theory that the like plants that die, because obviously they're alive, their life form goes, it turns out to being them.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're just kind of the NPCs of humans.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy to think about, huh?
Yeah.
Dang. You have another theory about it?
Let me look at my notes. Sorry.
Okay.
I had written notes because I as you can tell, my head's been everywhere today. So I wanted to make sure to put it down so I didn't forget, so I could tell you guys about it. So, well, I mean, another theory I kind of had was like maybe you just become energy, like a star. I mean, a star is not necessarily, well, technically it is energy because it's just fire or like burning fire, and fire is energy. So like, what if you just die and it's just another star in the sky, but not necessarily in our sky, like in another
universe,
another solar or like system. Somewhere far away, another solar system, another galaxy. Like you just become a star. Like it's a really far-fetched idea, but I mean, at the end of the day, we can pitch out anything. Like I can be looking at your book bag right now and be like, "Oh, that used to be somebody right there."
I don't know about that. I'm not high enough for that. For those kind of thoughts right now.
Neither am I. Another thing too. Speaking with death and stuff. Have you ever seen the movie?
Interstellar?
No, that movie is really good though.
Yes,
dude.
Yeah.
But it's that movie where basically that one person knows when you're gonna die and how you're gonna die. Like a piano.
Final Destination. Yeah.
Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah, that was one of the ones that creeped me out.
Honestly, same. But I watch it back now, and it's just kind of funny.
I feel like I could watch it now without my little kid brain like over dramatizing it.
Yeah,
dramatizing it.
But with that, and kind of almost leading to the end of the episode, would you rather know when you're gonna die or know how you're gonna die?
I don't know, because if I know when, I'm just gonna that thought would always be both would always be in the back of my head. But I think if I had to choose, obviously, because that's the situation of the game right now, I think I would go with I would rather know how.
Why?
I just don't want to know when,
So
because then I start counting off the days.
But what if you don't?
No.
What if you look at it a different way? What if you look at it like, oh, I got this much, not necessarily this much time to do something, because then you'll probably end up counting the days.
Yeah.
What if you just like, oh, like this is gonna come out in this has I won't be alive during then. I don't gotta fucking worry about that.
Yeah, or on the other side, if you know how, you can try to avoid being in situations like that.
Yeah.
And then you can just
But if
and then you can just essentially
but you can't,
elongate
because that's
your
how you're
life.
gonna die.
Right, but if I'm gonna die in a horrible roller coaster accident, I don't go to roller coasters and I can live for forever until I decide I want to die and hop on a roller coaster.
But what if because that's how you're gonna die, that can't be changed.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So if that's how I'm gonna die, that means that's the only thing that can kill me, right?
Yes.
So that I'm just not going to go on a roller coaster until I want to die. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I
then
know
I
what
can
you
just
mean,
live for like, you know what, dude? I got another like 60 years in me, or like 100 years. I can do all these things, and
So like
one day
at that point, do you just live forever until you go on a roller coaster?
yeah.
Or does it change?
Huh?
Or does it change? Like,
I
let's say you're
think
300 years old. You haven't been on a roller coaster.
Then I'm 300 years old, bro. Until the day where I'm like, you know what? I've had a good life. Then I just go to the nearest roller coaster and ride it. Just watch it explode.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty tough question, because obviously, if you know when you're gonna die, like you said, you're gonna be counting down the days, and you're just gonna be like, oh, like, what did I do today? Why did I do that? But like at the same time, shouldn't you necessarily, in a way, already be living like that?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
You already know there's an expiration date.
Yeah, you just don't know when or how.
Yeah, so technically, don't you already know when you're gonna die?
Not really. You don't know when. You know that you will, but you don't know when or how.
I guess that's right, yeah. But I would choose how.
Yeah, that's what
I had the same theory you said.
Yeah.
I would just like, let's say my way to die is I fall off a second floor. I'm never going up a flight of stairs.
You say at ground level at all times.
If my feet isn't touching the grass, I'm good. Or if my feet are off the grass or a floor above, I better get out of it.
You'd be screwed right now because you live on the second floor.
Yeah, I'd be screwed. I'd be like, I'm gonna die any second now.
You just start floating out.
I just start levitating, and like some force like throws me out there.
Yeah. Dang. You got any more?
That's all I had with death and after death.
But like with would you rather's?
Oh, that was so I didn't have the app pulled up, but that was a would you rather specifically on that topic.
Yeah, that was good. I didn't foresee that coming. That was a good one.
Yeah. Did you want to go ahead and just do the normal ones?
Yeah, let's just see what comes up.
Okay, cool. So we had brought this topic up already. That kind of ends the topic of after death. Again, let us know in the comments what you guys think. If you come back as a human, if you go to purgatory, whatever your beliefs are, or if you become a star. Let us know down in the comments. But we had started this a while ago. We completely forgot about it.
Yeah,
honestly.
I think it was like 3 weeks almost that we didn't do it.
Yeah, I think the last time we did it was the episode with Karen.
On New Year's?
No, like the one just with her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang, yeah, so it's been a month.
Yeah, so we haven't done it this year yet. So this is our first time.
Day of the year. Ooh.
So the first one is would you rather marry a new marry a new random person every year, or marry one random person and stick with it?
Oh man,
I can already tell you mine. Mine is marry one random person and stick with it, because I feel like, well, actually,
I don't know, because then you're thinking about how many, like,
because if you don't like that person, then you're stuck with it.
Yeah, and the other way, like,
because you're gonna get to know them as soon as you're married with them. So like it's a random person.
I would have to take the year, a new person every year.
Okay. So next one, would you rather be able to visit 100 years in the past, or be able to visit 100 years in the future? Mine's in the future.
Yeah, dude, in the future.
100 years in the past is already in textbooks.
I ain't got no business. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
actually, you can go in the past, and if you go with the knowledge, you can try to find the truth to conspiracy theories.
Ooh, see, that
You know
would
what
be
I mean?
fun. That would be fun.
Yeah.
But it'd also be fun to see what 100 years in the future has. Like, let's say...
And then come back and be like, all right, which stocks are killing it? And just invest.
So like, yeah. You snap right now, 100 years in the future is in this exact same spot. There's like, you're sitting on top of somebody. You're like, yo, hold on, let me check my phone.
It's like, yo, how's crypto doing?
Or you just spawn in 100 years later and everybody's in Mars. It's like, nobody's here. Or you just immediately die because there's like toxins everywhere.
You know what I just imagined? You spawn like right where you are, but there was a huge thing that happened and now the water's really above.
You're just drowning.
Yeah, just in the middle of the ocean is like...
Okay, so we'll do 3 more. Would you rather have Rambo on your side or have the Terminator on your side?
Rambo or the Terminator? Honestly, give me Rambo.
Yeah, I'd say Rambo too.
Yeah.
Terminator's kind of overrated.
He's got a lot of rap songs after him, so he's got to be good.
Would you rather be 3 feet shorter or 3 feet taller?
3 feet taller.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, I'd be 3 feet. I'd be literally
You'd be 3 foot tall?
Yeah.
How tall are you, Pablo? 6 foot?
Yeah.
3 foot taller is 3 foot?
No, if I was 3 foot shorter, bro. If I was 3 feet shorter. Because then I could just ball on everybody in the NBA.
I guess, yeah. Looking at it that way. The way I was looking at it is like 3 feet shorter. Oh, cool. Like, because I'm already tall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, I'm 6 foot, I guess, if you call that taller.
Yeah. Did you know that they do this thing called the micro wrestling?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah. Look
Okay.
it up.
So that was, would you rather double your lifespan or be able to think twice as fast? I would double my lifespan because I feel like my heads are always bumping around regardless.
Dude, I'd have to double my lifespan.
Yeah.
There's no way I can think twice as fast.
Because if I think twice as fast, I wouldn't be able to concentrate on anything.
The only way I would think twice as fast if I can also retain knowledge twice as fast.
That would be good, yeah.
You know,
but just
then,
thinking twice as fast, you're just gonna sit here and go insane.
Yeah, there's already some times where I'm just sitting there, just like I can't keep anything straight in here.
All right, last one. Would you rather be forced to live the same day over and over again for a full year, or take 3 years off your life? Sorry, take 3 years off the end of your life.
Just cause?
Yeah.
I'm gonna live the same day for a year. I'm not trying to live. Yeah, I don't like that one. Because it's either like you're either hella bored for a year or you just die 3 years later. But I don't like that one, dude. That one's lame.
I would choose the live the same day over and over for a full year. Because
Yeah,
imagine how many things you can accomplish. You live in the same day. You could do anything you want. The next day it's just gonna reload.
Yeah.
Like literally, you could do anything you want.
Yeah. But like, do you know that you live in the same day?
Oh.
You know, because then it gets into the Truman Show.
Then
You
you're
ever seen
just
that?
living in a simulation.
Hold on, you've never seen the Truman Show?
No.
Watch it. It's such a good movie.
Wait, it's not a show?
It stars Jim Carrey.
Oh.
It's a movie called The Truman Show. It's super good.
I'll have to check it out.
Yes, sir. You need to.
Dang. Yeah, but I mean, because I've seen Vampire Diaries, and there's a thing called basically they trap somebody in a time, like in one day, and they just live that same day over and over again.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind doing that for a year. You could do anything you want. You could travel the world without like any.
Well, but then once you go to sleep and wake up, you're restarting from the scratch.
No, because you go to bed and you wake up, but it's just the same day.
Yeah, you're just doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's not like
over.
Minecraft where you spawn at your bed again. You just wake
Right.
up and it's the same day. So like, let's say
No. Hold on. Are you saying? Hold on. Are you saying that you have? Hold on. And we're going a little bit over, but if I think I know what you're saying, then you completely misunderstood the question. Hold on. Okay. It said, "Would you rather live the same day over for a year?" Hold on.
Wait, what are you trying to say here?
I feel like you completely misunderstood the question. Are you saying that you essentially
Fucking spit it out.
Are you saying that you essentially have a 1 day that's a 1 year long?
No.
Okay. Oh, dude.
No.
Oh, thank
the
God.
sun goes up, the sun goes down. But as soon as the sun comes up again, it's the same day.
Yeah, but you're doing the same things.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay,
So hold
we're
on.
gonna
Hold on. So today is January 31st.
Yes.
So you're saying if I go to bed right now and wake up, it's still January 31st, but I do anything I want, not what I did yesterday, which would be today.
Yeah.
No.
So like
Because
so the way I was thinking about it, everybody else is like in a simulation. Like they're doing the same thing every day. But you're aware of it, so you're like, oh, like next day, January 31st again. Like I'm gonna wake up, this person's gonna be there, this person's gonna walk there at the exact same time, but you're gonna be knowledgeable about it. That's the way I was thinking.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
You were just thinking more outside of the box.
Okay.
Because the way I'm pretty sure it's meant to be read is you live the exact same day, you do the exact same things. Like if you wake up at 6, brush your teeth, hit the gym. You're back here at like 7:30. You eat breakfast by 8 a.m.
But at that
you do
point,
those things every single day.
At that point, at the end of the year, you wouldn't even know it was a year.
Exactly.
So it just go by like it just be a 24-hour long for you.
Yeah, it would just be like any other day. Like,
So
how do you know? How you know we're not living this day right now? How you know this isn't the 1,000th time we've done this podcast?
Dude, I was literally gonna say the exact same thing, bro. Well, on that note,
yes. Sign it off.
Sign it off. Drop a like, subscribe. Again, turn on that bell notification so you guys see when we post. And drop a comment about the topics that we talked about today. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.